All across America, incredibly talented artisans make amazing objects the old-fashioned way, by hand. This episode of Handcrafted America keeps the work in the family.
They passed down from your great-grandfather?
Yep.
In Hawaii, this artisan's father taught her to craft with strength and with heat.
Painting with a flame. Sounds dangerous. I love it.
Stained glass has been at the heart of this maker's family for well over 300 years.
In Colorado, I'm the fourth generation.
But in your family,
It goes back to the 1760s.
And in Texas, a father's wind chime business has evolved into a son's custom music wind chime business.
I've had everything from 90s grunge rock to country to teen fight songs.
Let the family pride ring out. In Hawaii, they practice the aloha spirit, which means more than just simply saying hello or goodbye. It's actually a way of life. And our next artisans are going to show me how they keep the flame of that spirit burning bright. Hilo, Hawaii is often described as a tropical paradise. And it's here that an artisan handcrafts traditional stainless steel and copper torches and makes paradise even brighter. Leilahua Yuen inherited the torch business from her father, Don, who started it in the 1960s.
I came home one day and my dad said, I'm getting older, I need to train somebody to make these. It's been a journey keeping it going.
Today, Leilahua and her husband, Manu, are carrying on the family tradition.
So this particular torch was designed by my father and first went on the commercial market in 1967. And this is the inspiration, these beautiful flowers.
Okay, so you guys are gonna teach me how to make one of these today, right?
Yes, we will.
Manu starts first. He cuts the 16-ounce copper sheet with electric shears.
So now I'm just going to cut this square because this is going to eventually become our torch.
Then we're going to use the template to draw the patterns.
Leilahua traces the hibiscus pattern onto the copper using a simple marker. And our next step is to start cutting that pattern. We're going to be working with open flame and flying burning metal, so I guess that's why I'm dressed like Rosie the Riveter. Very Hawaiian, right?
Okay, so here we're going to start actually burning a malama torch. Malama means light.
The process begins as Leilahua outlines the flowers.
We're using a light-duty flame here to do mild steel, thin copper.
how long did it take you to make your first torch?
Oh, years, because I kept destroying them.
What was the thing that you finally figured out?
That I'm painting with a flame rather than burning something.
Painting with a flame. Sounds dangerous. I love it.
I'm going to make you look like a bank robber.
This is awesome. So I'm safetied up.
You're
I'm ready to
safetied
weld.
up. So you'll just take the torch and you'll aim it anywhere you see a big expanse of undecorated copper and right in there. There you go. You're a natural.
Look at this. I love this. It's quick process too.
Now that we've got the design in, what we're going to do is sort of bring it to life, making it round, or as my dad says, make it juicy.
Make it juicy.
Make it juicy.
Okay.
Give it some texture, some depth. So we're going to start out by hammering the pico, the navel of each of these, and then sort of a little more gently come around to give some depth. Now we have to roll it, and the way we roll it is we'll actually use the side of the hammer. Just keep bending it, and you don't want to try and go too fast because then you'll get kinks and you've got to hammer it all out and start over again. So you just go a little bit at a time.
Next, the torch is clamped and welded together. The piece of copper that will become the base of the torch is cut and hammered into shape.
You notice how making these little dents also helps it curl up.
Yeah. Then it's soldered together. The bottom ring holder of the torch is set in the base and also soldered into place. Hilo, Hawaii receives over 126 inches of rain per year. a fact Leilua uses to her advantage while she works.
How we cool our metal in Hilo.
Finally, the torch is smoothed with sandpaper, and then it's ready to light up this island paradise.
Leilua, I have to say, today has been very enlightening for me. I just wanted to give you this and say mahalo.
Mahalo.
The recreation of a masterpiece.
How do you recreate Da Vinci's Last Supper with glass?
It took me about 13 months because it's a labor intensive.
It's amazing how the sunlight illuminates a stained glass window and turns it into a beautiful glass painting. You know, making windows like these takes the skill of a master craftsman and the brush technique of an old master. Phil Watkins has both. The Rocky Mountains aren't the only beautiful, enduring sight in Englewood, Colorado. This metropolitan area just outside of Denver is painted with masterful glass windows made by Phil Watkins' family since 1868. Phil is the son of a son of a son of a son of a stained glass maker.
In Colorado, I'm the 4th generation.
But in your family,
It goes back to the 1760s.
oh,
Phil was young when he started in the family business, and it didn't take long for his talent to shine through.
By the age 12, I drew, patterned, cut, lead it together, soldered it, cemented it, and put it in.
when you were 12,
Yeah.
you did all that.
And those windows are still in place up at Arapahoe and 9th Avenue in Boulder.
This 6th grade class prodigy had to learn more than just technique.
We had to know our Bibles because about 90% of our work is for churches.
There's a church in Granby, Colorado, and in that church are some of Phil's most beautiful works, including a stained glass rendition of Da Vinci's Last Supper. It clearly shows how Phil's knowledge of art, glass, and religion combine to take his work to a whole other level.
How do you recreate Da Vinci's Last Supper with glass?
It took me about 13 months to complete it from the time we started drawing it till
So over a year
Yep,
to do that.
just for the Last Supper,
Would you say that's your most complex?
by far.
Complex is definitely the right word here. There's so many procedures and techniques in this process. The first is sketching a scaled-down version of the window. That gets translated into a life-size version. When this window is finished, it will be a portrait of Saint Cecilia.
I redrew it on this one to be stained, I'll call it stained glassable.
This version of the drawing is called a cartoon, and it's got a few uses. The first of which is to help Phil with his glass selection.
Each of these circled delineations here, that's for amber. This one's blue, this one's light yellow, and I have them all keyed over here.
Okay.
Back here are the same colors. This is light yellow. This is Ruth glass, that's for the main part of the drapery.
Down here, I know you actually just colored them.
Yes, I colored them
there's so
because
many-
it was so complex
Yeah.
without it being colored. I couldn't keep track of what was the leaf and what was the stem. And
Once the colors are chosen, Phil traces the cartoon onto sturdy construction paper. That version will be cut out and used as a reference for cutting the glass.
So this is your pattern.
yes, these will be cut out with grandfather, great-grandfather shears.
Wait a minute, they passed down from your great-grandfather?
Yep.
Wow.
And those were probably custom made back in the late 1800s. And see, it's two-bladed. It cuts out,
Oh, it actually cuts out the middle.
yes, and that's where the lead fits. You can see the lead fits in there like that with a little bit of play.
Each pair of shears is specific to a different sized lead.
See, this starts out thick, thinner,
Right.
a little bit thinner, and really thin. I'm figuring what size lead I'm going to be using. I'm going to use fairly big lead here. Then I use the white ones for the bigger lead. And then say I'm going to use a 1/4 inch lead, but this one works better.
Lead sizes range from an inch to a 1/16 of an inch wide.
So we're gonna put this on some glass. We're gonna
Yep.
cut a piece of it.
Why don't you just try running it down here with minimal pressure?
Maybe that was
It was
not
perfect right through there.
right through there.
Yeah, so try to get that same. Okay.
Phil's got a bunch of different methods for breaking glass. There's the chopstick method, the pliers, the tapping, and finally, what I like to call hanging off the end of the table method.
There you go.
So I've graduated from my glass cutting 101 class. Now I'm gonna see if I can put it to use in actually cutting a pattern. I've cut one simple piece of this, and how many more do we have to cut?
324.
324. And they're probably not near as simple as I just cut. I did that though. You wanna get
You
that?
did that.
Because I did that.
There's more to this process than I could have ever imagined. Phil's tools of the trade alone are overwhelming.
How many different brushes do you have?
Oh, probably a couple hundred at least.
Hundreds of brushes, and yet he's painting with a toothbrush. Artisan Phil Watkins was born to be a stained glass maker. His family has been making stained glass windows in the Colorado area and Europe since the 1700s.
So this bench has probably made 40% of all the windows in the Rocky Mountain area.
That bench isn't the only tool his forefathers passed down.
This is an old palette knife from the mid to late 40s. This is pre-1900.
But Phil's success in the stained glass world is not just because of his tools and his family. His biggest asset is how his mind works.
He considers himself more of an artist than a craftsman, so he needs to have that artistic side of his brain. But in order to make windows that will last 100 or 200 years, they have to be properly designed and engineered so that they'll last for centuries. It's so rare to find someone who's right and left brain who can figure out how to do both.
I've seen Phil's left brain at work with the organizing and cutting. Now, I want to see his right brain skills. We'll start with painting. Phil lays each piece of glass onto a light box to experiment with different techniques.
And it makes a real uniform splatter that you can control by how much you put on the brush. And so I can shade with the splatter.
All right, Phil, I think I got this mixed up.
Stained glass paint is a mix of iron or copper oxide, powdered glass, and a flux powder.
This is a wheat shaft that goes in a window that my grandfather made in about 1939 or 40, which was broken. I always make a tracing of what we're painting first, and then I can follow it and be exactly accurate.
How many different brushes do you have?
Oh, probably a couple hundred at least.
Can you use all of them?
There's different brushes for different jobs, and it's really important that you use those brushes because you can do a better job if you have the right tool.
I've kind of helped you paint a little bit of this, but what else will you need to do to finish this?
It goes in the kiln and gets fired. Then the colors go on. The green goes on, a little bit of green, and then this blue will go over that.
This painstaking process is how Phil painted the Last Supper window. Once all the pieces are painted, Phil moves on to leading, also called glazing.
I'm working on a window that is part of a set. I cut the quarter of this window out. Every place there's a line,
There's a cut, yeah.
there will be a lead line.
First, he stretches the lead.
Look at it, how crooked it is.
Yeah, it's pretty crooked.
Okay, watch it straighten out slowly. And it makes it straight.
It's like taffy.
Then he cuts small pieces using his handmade cutting tool. He wraps the lead around the piece, ensuring that the glass fits perfectly into the lead channel, and lines it all up exactly with the cartoon lines. He holds that piece in place with a small nail while he cuts the next piece of lead, and so on, and so on, and so on. After leading comes soldering.
So this is pretty much what holds the lead together at each joint, gives it rigidity, and if you do a good enough job, you can barely tell it's done.
The last thing Phil shows me is how he cements the glass into place. Phil's house windows cost around $100 to $300 per square foot, but something like the Last Supper is in the several $1,000 range per square foot. A small price to pay for the work of a master.
Do you ever look at any of your art and say, that's as good as it gets, that's perfect?
Rarely, because I'll think, gee, that red's a little dark. I'm an ultimate perfectionist.
But that kind of precision is exactly why Phil is so respected all around the world.
Your work speaks for itself.
The creation of a custom wind chime requires a marriage of creativity and brevity.
8's kind of that sweet spot where you can still have an intricate musical scale, but it's not so complicated.
Ah, the sound of wind chimes. So soothing, but kind of a random melody, right? But what if I told you there were two musicians who could make a wind chime to play the notes of your favorite song?
In Austin, Texas, a town known for its music scene, father and son team Franz and Davis Blanchard make custom-tuned musical wind chimes. Rather than creating chimes that just ring the same key, the Blanchards use music and a whole lot of math to make wind chimes personal. Franz Blanchard, an experienced musician, works with his dad, a math whiz, to make wind chimes that turn a customer's favorite song into a soothing, recognizable melody.
I've had everything from 90s grunge rock to country to team fight songs.
Franz is going to make a very appropriate chime, one based on the tune The Yellow Rose of Texas.
I figure out how to play it so I know what the notes are. And I'll go through the entire melody and I'll figure out all the notes I'm using.
He boils it down to the 8 most important notes.
8's kind of that sweet spot where you can still have an intricate musical scale, but it's not so complicated that it just sounds like a bunch of nonsense notes ringing out together.
Franz's dad, Davis, started making wind chimes more than 30 years ago.
It was so nice that I had to make a few of my own. So then my mom wanted one, and then my aunt wanted one, and it became a business.
There's two things that will affect the note that pipe makes, the width and the length.
But there's got to be a mathematical formula, and how do I come up with that?
Davis formulated an algorithm that Franz uses today to determine the correct pipe length for each note.
I could do math problems in my sleep when I was a kid, so it was just natural.
The wind chimes are made out of zinc-coated steel conduit pipe.
This is what they run electrical wire underground with, so it's designed to take all kinds of weather, and funny enough, has a really nice, bright, ringy sound to it when you cut it to the right notes.
Franz sets the machine to cut the first length of pipe. We're making an E here, one of the 8 notes Franz has chosen for the Yellow Rose of Texas.
We're right there. Now we cut our first note.
Franz drills a hole for the hanging wire in just the right spot for the note.
You see the notes are labeled here? Yeah. I know it's an E, so I'll slide it over to that first E.
He then removes any rough edges with a sander.
And that note now is ready to polish.
Franz polishes the 8 pipes with acetone, removing any ink and glue.
All right, so we have our 8 notes.
Next up, we got to figure out what order we're going to hang these pipes in.
Because all of the pipes are different lengths, every wind chime will balance differently.
For a long time, it was trial and error. It's like, well, how do I arrange these pipes so that it's not lopsided? I figured out this algorithm to solve that problem, and that's what Franz is using now.
For the pipes to ring out the best, you want them all struck in the center. I've got all these pins plugged in here at particular notes, and that lines up the centers of each of the pipes. Each of these pegs is labeled with a note, and we just plug that into the right spot, and that holds everything in the right place.
Franz writes the name of the song with a rotary tool on the wind catcher. That's the piece that hangs from the bottom and moves the clapper, the piece in the center that strikes the chimes. Franz cuts 8 equal lengths of hanging string, then ties what shouldn't be a complicated knot in each one. Yet somehow...
So wrap it around like you got it, till the end meets there.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. Now fold that loop over your finger and put it through, and then pull it tight.
This is fine, I'm doing it. I need smaller fingers.
Franz runs wire pins through holes in the sides of the chimes. This contraption perfectly centers the strings in each chime.
Drop down that center of the tube, run the wire through each hole on each side, drop that, and we've got this little arm, and then we bend. So we have a nice little rounded bend there.
Franz pulls the 8 chime strings through little holes at the top and knots them so the strings will stay in place. He attaches the wind catcher to the bottom.
We pin it in place using a simple finishing nail.
And snips and torches the excess string to prevent fraying.
And we are done.
Franz estimates they sell around 1,000 wind chimes a year, and pricing starts at just $80.
Yeah, I hear the notes. And I feel like I get to take home a little piece of Texas with me.
For craftsmen whose work runs in their blood, every piece is full of history.
By the way, this bench was my grandfather's bench.
Every sound rings respect for the past.
And did your dad come up with all of these?
Yes, the man.
And the finished product shows quality and a commitment to perfection.
And one of the things my dad tells us when he looks at any new product, now would you buy that?
Would you buy that?
No, I'd make myself one.
Make one for yourself. That's perhaps the most important lesson these artisans have learned.